This is an educational program. And you can be a subscriber to the program. So even if you don't get a chance to listen to it, you're sure that you're going to get the program in your inbox every single day, via your email. There are obviously really. So all you have to do is just email us, Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. And since you're on the website, you have to be on the website to be listening to the radio station, unless it's a rebroadcast somewhere else. So since you're on the website, which is priestisaacinstitute.com, just go through, you'd find the email us and say, I would like to subscribe. Even the subscription is right there. I would like to subscribe to the Tiger's Nest nightly radio program. Family, it's only $20 a month. And you get all the programs, only $20 a month for all this information here. And the more you take, like a 6 months program, it gets less. For a year, man, the programs are like 30 cents a program. So, give thanks for that. And of course, it's solid information. So you can be a subscriber to this program if you desire. All right. So the hymn says, hark the voice of Negus calling. Who will go and work today? Fields are white and harvest waiting. Who will bear the sheaves away? Loud and long the master calleth. Rich reward he offers free. Who will answer? Gladly say, here am I, O Lord, send me. If you cannot cross the ocean and the heathen lands explore, you can find the heathen nearer. You can help them at your door. If you cannot speak like angels, if you cannot preach like Paul, you can tell the love of Negus. You can say he lived for all. If you cannot be the watchman standing high on Zion's wall, pointing out the path to Zion, offer life and peace to all. With your prayers and with your bounties, you can do what the Zion demands. You can be like faithful Aaron holding up the prophet's hand, and Boba Shanti would replace Aaron with Moses. I will return to that. While the souls of men are dying and the master calls for you, let none hear you idly saying, oh, there's nothing I can do. Gladly take the task he gives you. Let his work be pleasure, your pleasure be. Answer quickly when he call it, here am I, Lord, send me. Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. Okay, give thanks for the life giver and the keeper of life. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a touch of the ear of the hymn, and you'll hear it sung by the Bobo Shanti Churchical Order, and not the whole of it, just a touch of it. And of course, I'm going to just take a sip of the cup. It will be nice if you could do the same. And let's proceed with this one. So this is the ear of it, the rising of it, the hymn, Hark the Voice of Negus Calling.
From the sacred sounds and solo. Hark the voice of Negus crying.
Yes, family, trust me, this is going to be a wonderful program this evening. Yes, yes. Yes, family. Precious in our sight. All right. Good. So we're talking about our duty. What is the mission? You know, and I was speaking the other day concerning exactly what is the main, occupation, or what should be the main occupation of an individual that has accepted the order of Christ, an individual that has accepted the Most High, an individual that has, let's just say, become a part of the kingdom of the Almighty I. And I referred to the gospel, where Christ, speaking to his disciples, showed them that, listen, man, you need to go all throughout the world and spread this gospel. You need to go four corners universally and make sure that everyone has this word. This is the main job, of a person that says that they follow Christ. The main job of an individual that say that they are a child of the Most High or a disciple of the ever-living is to make sure that others know about the ever-living, that others know about the Christ order, that others know about the salvation that you have found. That is the main job. Go throughout the world, not just in your workplace. Go throughout the world, not just when the conversation comes up and then you're trying to show everybody how much you know. Go throughout the world. So in other words, make it your business strategically to get the salvation that you have received to the world. I mean, the Almighty was so happy. They say when a person gets saved, angels does rejoice in heaven. You ever hear that? Okay, good. So if the Almighty was so looking forward to you, oh prodigal son, returning, how much more happy will he be when you bring in a few for yourself? 1, 2, 3, or 10? How about a whole nation? I remember even in the books of Moses, when Medad and Eldad were prophesying outside of the tabernacle, when Moses chose the 70 elders, we did a whole program on that. The 70 elders, wherein the Spirit of God rested on the 70 elders, the Spirit of Moses rested on them. And two of the elders, Eldad and Medad, prophesied without the tabernacle. And some ones were concerned. Even Joshua was concerned, even at that. And he even came to Moses and said, hey, there were two that prophesied outside the tabernacle. And Moses said, hey, if it was the wish of God, man, don't you know that God would hope and wish that all would be prophets? Not just 70, all would be prophets. So louder. Yeah. So the heights is the man that we all that accept the Almighty I, those of us who say that we are student of the Most High God, it is actually our duty to let the order of the Most High God be known throughout the earth. And this hymn here gives a good clarity on the duty and the importance of your duty as it relates to spreading the good news. You have good news and keeping it to yourself. And when somebody else spreading the good news, you vex with them. Yeah. Hark, huh? The voice of niggers calling. Some say crying, some say calling. I'm not getting into that one right now. But what is he calling, saying? What is he crying? What is the proclamation here? Well, the voice of niggers is asking a question. Who will go and work today? Oh, work where? Fields are white and harvest waiting. Who will bear the sheaves away? Huh? So Negus is telling us, or at least he's asking first and foremost, for someone or ones to go and work today. There's work to be done. Work to be done? What kind of work? I already have a job. No, man. Fields are white and the harvest waiting. Fields are white. White with what? What are you planting and cultivating there? Cotton? White. Fields are white. What sort of crop could that be? Listen, man. Come on, this is a parable. This is symbolism here. You know how it is. It's we're drawing a picture for you to understand the essence of what we're dealing with. So fields are white means, as the next line kind of says, that the harvest is ready. So when you plant a crop, you have sowing time and you have reaping time. So you sow and you water and you cultivate and you manage and you take care of and you be a good husbandman to the plant that comes. And then there is a time now when you have to harvest. You have to pick the fruits. In some cases, you have to pull up the whole tree. In some cases. So what we're talking about here is that when we look into it, we are going into the depths of individuals being called to come to the field to harvest crops that are literally waiting for people to come and harvest them. Hear what he asks. Who will bear the sheaves away? Okay. Loud and long the master call it. Wow. Rich reward he offers free. You see? The man paying you to come and do the thing to you, the man. Hey, looks like who will answer? Gladly saying, here am I, O Lord, send me. So it's a call. It's a call for workman and woman. It's a call for individuals to put their shoulder to the wheel, put their hands to the plow. Not even the plow, not even the plow, but the harvest. The harvest. Anthony B. have a song say, nobody want to plant the corn. But everybody want to read the barn. You know that song, eh? Anthony B. man from several years back there. Yeah. Them is back in the days now to meet like yesterday. They have a story about this hen. I'm sure some of you see the cartoon. The hen is a farmer now. She planting corn. And she begging everybody to come and give her a hand to plant the corn and just help us sow the seed. And everybody, no man, no. Nobody have no time because it's a farm they live on. It's just go to all the farm animals. Give me a hand. Let us plant the corn. Nobody have no time. All right, fair enough. Help me water it now. Come back a couple of weeks after now. Don't worry, I done plant everything. Help me water it. Boy, Sister Hen, we ain't got no time today. You know, the dog, the sheep, ducks, horses. Nobody have no time with Sister Hen. Even to take care of the corn there, budding and nice. Hey, help me. No. Even down to reaping the corn, them fellas cannot help. But when Mother Hen cook up the corn now, make some corn soup and some corn bread and some corn on the cob. Everybody at the door. Everybody want a taste of the production. You check it. So just like Anthony B. sang, they're not coming to plant no seed. They're not plowing the earth, because you have to plow the earth. You have to get the earth ready even before you plant the seed, man. So you have to plow the earth. Then you plant the seed. You have to take care of the plant. You have to water the seed. You have to take care of the little slips that come up. Sometimes you transplant them on, whatever the technique you're using. But it takes work. You have to watch over and make sure, even thieves and so, you have to be careful of with your crop. But in the case of Negus, in the case of the Almighty Eye, all he's asking us to do is to help him to harvest. He doesn't plant the seed, You don't have to come plant no seed. Now try plant no seed neither. We don't want no different crop in here. That's the next thing, Man want to come and plant their own seed. You check it. Man want to bring in their own vibes. Leave it as it is. The master done set it. Leave it as it is. All we need to do is expand on it, because he himself said that, to expand, to improve the day that God has blessed. Anybody know that Sabbath hymn? Improve the day that God has blessed. So that means what God has blessed us with, the order that Christ has left us with, is not about changing it. It's improving, blessing it, grow it. Man, we sing it every Sabbath. Don't give me no funny talk now. Improve the day that God has blessed. So he already planted the seed. Don't worry about that part. He done plant. He is the one that plowed the field. That's why we say he paid the price. He carried the cross, the burden to start this thing for I and I. So again, he plowed, he planted the seed, he even take care of the slips and the crops, of which some of us are. But now there's a greater harvest awaiting. And those of us from the first and second crop, we have been bestowed with a specific level of powers in a man. We've been bestowed with a certain level of powers within us. First crop and second crop. And now there's a great harvest awaiting. And the master is calling those of us who he has already trained to help him to harvest them. You see us as Rastafari, we missing this, We missing this. We just interested in those who we see. Check it good. We just interested in Bongo Father and Mama Pearl and Priest Joey and Prophet Leroy and Sister Margaret and who come into the scene today and we don't see, when you're driving your vehicle, you don't see them little children with the backpack going to school. Somehow they're not in the plan. They don't belong to you. All of them little ones going on the bus. All of these people that pass you day in and day out, caught up in the corporate world. Somehow that's not your scene. You just check in for who they are already. You know what I mean? You just want to get around the brotherhood. Which brotherhood? Them backstabbers. Man, the fields are white and the harvest ready and waiting. That's the harvest there. The man say he didn't come for nobody that feel that they're healthy. And hear my words, feel that they're healthy. In the scripture, he said he came for the sick. The doctor doesn't come to check healthy people out. He come for the sick. So when they said, oh, he's with the sinners and the publicans. Oh, he's sitting with this and with that. Oh, that's not the way the Father taught us, so we don't do it so. He said, yo, you don't understand how to reach the sick. Eh? You do not understand how to reach the sick. You feel you're not sick. You very sick too, you know, but you think you're healthy because you're there before me and, oh, I was there. Where were you? Okay, no problem. I ain't got no problem. But we come for the sick. Christ talking, you know, yeah? Christ I talking about. We come for the sick. So I go around the sick. I go around the lame. I go around the blind. I go around the deaf. I talk to the dumb. You too dread. You over dread, so you don't even go there. Oh, fireborn reggae music. You don't even go there. When the same God tell you to put the food in the reach of the children, but no, you're too dread. And you're so dread that everything crumbling around you. And when you see progress, or the man doing their own thing. The man doing their own thing. Or Jadon set up radio station already. You know, first time man set up radio station. What kind of talk is that? I ain't pulling nothing out of the sky, you know. I know what I'm talking about. No, what is that? Talk about children. I wouldn't even equate you to a child. So the man say now, who that for they will get it. The man say now, loud and long, the master call it. Rich rewards he offers free. Who will answer gladly saying, here am I, Lord, send me. Well, you know, yeah, it sounds good, really, you know, you have to spread the word, you know, everywhere you go, yeah, but you know, yeah, but I cannot really do that kind of stuff, you know, that's not my calling, really, you know. I hear man say them things already. No, that is for them man, that is for them man, you know what I mean? See the honorable esteemed elder that just passed on, King Frankai. Yeah. King Frankai. King Frankai. I'll talk about King Frankai for a little bit. As I was saying, when I was speaking, you know, announcing that he has passed to the family. When most of us came into this faith, me in the 90s, the old people would say, oh, you're going to join Frankai now. As I said, some of us never even know King Frankai. We just see King God. We may know of him or maybe see him, but I mean, nobody going around King Frankai. He's just Rastafari rising here. You know, but his popularity was of that level, really, you know, especially since he was involved with so many different things. So then now, even as Rast now, check me good now, even as Rasta man coming up now, anytime the 23rd of July, 2nd of November, sometimes maybe, you know, nothing happened, nothing going on. And you would hear the elder ones say, boy, back in the days, we always have a big session back in the 70s, in the 80s, early 90s, big celebration in the park, enough drums, enough food, man bring cane, man bring banana, man bring this, man bring that, and pattern. Boy, right now, nothing now go on. You see, boy, Frank guy and them man now do not, you know. And that has always been the talk. I'm telling you, Frank guy and them man now do nothing, you know. And it's always been so. Even me had to go on well, you could call it a rant once, a couple of years back. Ask them, well, this belong to Frank. If everybody expect Frank, trust me, I'm telling you, maybe not in the last 6-7 years, but prior to that, I mean, if it's he doing it, well, not being done. And ones were upset when it's not being done, like all the weight was on him. That's how it looked to me. I said, what kind of thing is this? That's why as young Farah, a lot of us came in of respect again. You hear man like Rastafari and so come and sit down and talk about Uriah. You know, Isern and even man like Naturalist give thanks, another man that pass on there, and Itamba and Rasto and Kwako and Kwame, Ras Kwame and Uriah, when they rise Uriah and Rastafari Youth Organization. Rastafari speak about that on my program, you know, and that actually took the weight off of enough of them elders too. In fact, Uriah was running the scene in Antigua for a while, as far as, you know, keeping up celebration, the different key days that Rastafari keep up, you know, media presence on the radio, television, news and infomercials. Uriah was doing that work for a season. There's a bit of the history, you know, and taking a little, bit off of the elders. I think a little jealousy went in between there, you know, back and forth with the same elders. Not necessarily the king now, but with, you know, because enough elders to, you know, and all the youths them feel they can do this and do that. And then that just kind of tumbled down. You see how it goes? So what I'm saying is, the point I'm making is that man looking for one man to do the work of spreading the news. And he must make sure everything organized. So them youths now say, no, man, as a youth organization, we can come together and take, you know, the weight off of the elders. But you see, it's not just about organization, which of course that's what you're supposed to do, organize. But it's the duty of every individual to make sure that the work of the order that you say has saved your soul gets done. And the message, the truth of it, needs to reach to the populace. It must. We can't just be gathering together, the 10 of us, and act as if nobody else out there. You need to put programs in order to reach people. If you want to use the term to convert them from their evil ways into the kingdom of God, Rasta. What's wrong with us? Oh, like King Emmanuel say he didn't go on no campaign to they have a video where the man asking me, have no special campaign to recruit. And I said, no, special campaign to recruit no one. They just come. Yeah. But check the interviews that we have done with the Bobo Shanti elders, enough of them that tried with King Emmanuel. Most of them say it's a newspaper they pick up and see King Emmanuel. Most of them say is a video they were watching, the same video we watched in 1982. Honorable Priest Chris say, is that he seeing a man? So what you think all of that is? It's propaganda, propagating what you want to the people to see. So even though the Black Christ say he not on no special recruitment drive, but the master call it, the shepherd call it, and the sheep will hear. So don't just fling the seeds out and hope that they plant and drop in good ground. And no, dig a hole, put the seed in, cover it, and water it properly. In the sense of that aspect of planting seeds. You understand? In that analogy there, nobody come and say, oh, you're saying have a plant seed, because people just go away haywire with the reason sometimes people just lose it. Some of them comments I read, I said, people just lose it. A person put down the other day, oh my, I said, wow, about Ethiopia being 78 years apart and 1974 wasn't 1966. I said, no, you see, that is why sometimes, I just think twice before I do some of them videos for real, because I believe it just go over the head of many. I clearly explain in the video, about the difference between the 1966 21st of April, and by the time 21st of April came around 1974, it was 1966 in Ethiopia. And I even went as far as to show you mystically it's the new year, the day after, the second day, wherein they came into the palace of the emperor. And the monarchy was disposed of and everything. I don't want to go into all of that right now, but I'm just showing you. One still commenting and said, "Oh, 1974 was not 1966," and the thing is, it's just a mystic I was trying to show you. But all the mystics you show, you see a lot of people still they get it wrong because we don't think in the mystic world. We think linear, just like how the educational system taught us to think, taught us to thought and think for real. Them same words, English. She really sells seashells by the seashores for true, eh? How they taught us to think and how we thought. You think so? So yeah, it's a serious vibration, a meditation, and energy, and understanding. In depths. Yeah. So now, as we go through here. Now, so it says here now, if you cannot cross the ocean, because what's happening here now, it is explaining that there's no excuse. If you cannot cross the ocean and the heathen lands explore. So what that is showing you, so you may say, listen, I don't have the ability to, again, cross the oceans, and to go all over the place to minister this gospel like some, traveling preacher. No, I can't do that, man. I'm grounded here. I can't do that. So he says, if you cannot cross the ocean and the heathen lands explore, you can find the heathen nearer. You can help them at your door. So he says, if you can't. So there's no excuse if you can't go too far. There are people around you that need the knowledge. There are people in the same land that you live in that need the understanding. Well, boy, I tell you, Ras, you can say that, but I listen to you and, you're the man that can talk it, man. You know how to talk it. If you cannot speak like angels, if you cannot preach like Paul, you can tell the love of Negus. You can say he lived for all. If you cannot be the watchman standing high on Zion's wall, pointing out the path to Zion, offering life and peace to all, with your prayers and with your bounties, you can do what Zion demands. You can be like faithful Aaron, holding up the prophet's hands. And if you go through this hymn properly, you get all the different stations, watchman, if you want to say preacher, speaker, the one that going to travel and carry the message, different offices. So if you can't do one office, you can do the other office. You have people praying. You have people contributing. This is what the hymn is saying. So you can't be the watchman. You can't be up every night dealing with God business. You can't be up every night trying your best to publish material. You know what I mean? Whether it's magazines, whatever, tabloid, whatever, to make sure the message go out. See, like what we doing here is work. We working for God Rasta. That's why when anybody try this, we don't play around with nobody, It's highly Selassie work I do in here. I don't know what you doing. Trust me. When people be talking about me, I just say, who the people here? Who he? You ever hear about him? Sure. I don't even know if they're real people sometimes. It's highly Selassie work I doing, you know. You check it. Highly Selassie work. I know that to my bone. And I try my utmost best to do it. So if I can talk like angels, well, I can talk. And if I can preach like Paul, well, I can preach. And I have crossed the oceans and the heathen land explore. I do what I can do. And even when no crossing on the ocean there, well, they can cross the ocean some other way. You understand? So we make sure, you see, we just set up the international flavor, the universal spice, Radio Anu. That's a ship. That's a battleship by itself. You can come on any moment and get knowledge and information on all levels to straighten you. People need different levels of healing. People need different levels of medication. You know, just have one bush for everybody, you know, man. They have different herbs for different things. Look, we're going to do a lecture, fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes. Some of you have the nerve to say, oh, this pick a nigga children thing he talking about. I'm telling you, sometimes, you know, my heart weep, you know, to see how ignorant graybeard people can be. Yeah. There are people that need that. Trust me. That's the medicine they need. Fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes. That's the 22nd, by the way. The 22nd day of December. Make sure you're there. The 22nd day of December. For those who do not know, we're going to be having 3 mighty online lectures. You know, we do our online lectures every month, sometimes twice a month. Well, you're getting a triple dose this time during the Hagmas festival season. Yes, while they're having all the sleigh bells and Frosty the Snowman is melting, we are going to be having 3 dynamic online lectures. Lecture number 1, fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes, the assassination, and not the assassination, the firing squad edition. Man, we so ready to pluck off them. Anyway, let me take it easy, my lord. Save the juice for the event. True. Right. And remember, the children will be with you. Who? Them, they're more terrible than me. And of course, that lecture will be conducted with myself and the Honorable Princess Akisha Menin and the Honorable Prince Al-Mase. Make sure you bring the young ones with you. Hey, listen, man, maybe you don't understand how criminal them cartoons and nursery crimes are. You know, so we're going to really expose that and show you why it must be a firing squad edition. And then the night after that, more firing squad again. That is the 23rd of December. That will be the Santa Claus Massacre. That lecture will be done by myself specifically. That one is total annihilation. Definitely. Don't get me wrong, eh? I mean, it's enough information, you know. It may sound to you like it's like some kind of, you know, blood fest going on, but hey, this is sorcery we're dealing with. Sorcery, especially when we go into that Santa Claus Massacre stuff. You know, I know it's almost every year we do this, the Santa Claus Massacre, but those who follow us over the years, you could see every year is like different information. Same thing with the fairy tales, because it's so much. So again, it's new information. So don't think you can watch some old Santa Claus Massacre and think it's the same thing we're coming with, because it, you know, we'll be going deeper, especially into the Freemasonic aspect of it. That's actually the theme for these 3 lectures, that whole Freemasonic aspect, you know, of the cartoons, the nursery crimes, Santa Claus foolishness, and of course, the 3rd lecture, which will be the 26th day of December. Oh, that one will be Haile Selassie, Rastafari, and Freemasonry. You don't want to miss that one at all. Yes, for those who don't take time to listen properly, the title is Haile Selassie a Mason. I did an online lecture once, is Haile Selassie a Mason. Man, screw with me for that, brother. I said, wow, it's a question that young people ask. This is what I'm saying. That's why we're doing this reasoning here. A lot of you don't know how to reach the youths. You don't know how to answer the questions that people have. Trust me. Trust me. People have questions that some of you cannot answer. And when you hear it being answered, before you just humble and give thanks, say, Haile Selassie, amazing, brother. Stop lying to the people. I tell anybody Haile Selassie is amazing. You hear me say it? It's a question. And this is what we're doing for this one. We're not just Haile Selassie now. Haile Selassie, Rastafari, and Freemasonry. Listen, this one going to be a thunderbolt. We're doing this on Boxing Day, so we definitely is going to be a triple knockout. Definitely boxing them down, boxing down Babylon, Rome, and who else they have to box down? The evil and the wicked, and Egypt. And not Kemet now. Yes, so definitely give thanks, and you know what to do. You just contact us. Email Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. Each lecture is only $20 for the add to the mission, because you're adding to the mission. Yeah, each lecture is only $20, and you could get the full package for $50 specifically, and I'm definitely looking forward to all of you there. So it is saying again, so you cannot, be the watchman. You don't have that ability, you think. Standing high on the walls of Zion, pointing out the path to Zion specifically, offering life and peace to all. With your prayers and with your bounties, you can do what heaven demands. So that means if you can't do the talking, if you can't do the preaching, if you can't do the security, if you cannot do the planning, then, because the man that's the watchman standing on Zion wall, is the man that say, hey, what's going on next week? Celebration happening. Let's put this in order. Let's put that in order. Let's get on the media. Let the world know. Hey, let's publish a publication. Let's get something in the newspaper. Man, we're supposed to be alive like ants and honeybees like that. But if you can't do that, well then with your prayers and with your bounties, here you say prayers and bounties, bounties mean your money. What you have. Now people, people don't like to hear that. Yeah, but you can't do nothing. What are you doing for the salvation that has come to you? You have been a partaker of this great salvation. So what are you doing to give it back to the world? Yeah, putting on your white clothes and going Sabbath and clapping. That's for you. What are you giving back to the world? You mean to tell me you are a child of God Almighty and you can't see where God power moving through the earth? You can't see where God's mission is taking place? Well, if you cannot add physically to that mission, well, with your prayers, which is your good words, and you're agitated, not just kneeling down and praying and nobody hear you. Your praise is what you say. And with your bounties. So in other words, let me show you. In other words, you see, like we talk about haters. Big up the haters. Because haters promote you more than people that say they're following you. How many of you share this program here thus far? How many have shared the link to Radio Anu on your Facebook page or Instagram page and say, I'm listening to Radio Anu. This is a good reasoning by the Honorable Priest Isaac. Tune in now. How many have done that? I'm not saying nobody do it, Of course, I have a serious crew with me, But percentage-wise, those who admire and like and all of that, we're very thankful. But how many of us go that, extra mile then to share? And share, to be honest, no disrespect, sharing is not even no extra mile. sharing, in a sense, is the least you can do. It doesn't cost anything. Just share the link, copy and paste it and share it. Put it on your Facebook, put it on your Instagram. That's almost like your prayers. You could do better than that. You yourself can make a video and put it on your YouTube channel. Watch this video, why you should listen to the Honorable Priest Isaac. Because you know within yourself, and I'm using myself as the example, I'm not going to use nobody else. I know I doing the work of God. So I'm not going to guess it and pretend and give no hypothetical situation. I am positive that I'm doing what the Almighty asked me to do. And I think anybody with any honest heart, you don't have to always agree with what I say, but I know I'm not that off. Yes, I may say one or two things that you don't follow. No, I don't agree with that. It happens. We're human beings. But nobody can tell me that is not obvious, that I come with the Spirit of God to listen. I don't want to make it sound so, because I know people is all full of himself. So who am I supposed to be full of? That's our problem. We half of ourselves. You got to be full of yourself. You got to know who you are and know your mission. Sometimes to be very honest, and that's a bad thing. We hold back things because people may wonder who you think you are. When you are a unicorn Rasta, even though you are amongst horses, you can't be hiding your horn. I learned that years ago. That's why I stopped hiding my horn. This is a unicorn here. This ain't no regular thoroughbred. Yeah. So I think it's obvious that you can see that the work of Farai is happening here. I ain't saying it's happening here alone. I'm just showing you it's obvious, and it's an ongoing work. And it's a work of spreading the word of Farai in many different ways. Educational, academical, theological, and just vibes, celebration vibes, Rastafari. That's what I am into. So if you can just assist and share that, if you can't do all what you see we doing here, if you just share that, you're a part of the team. That's what it's saying here. If you cannot be the watchman, standing high on Zion wall, if you can't point the path to Zion, if you can't cross the ocean, if you can't preach like Paul, if you can't talk like angels, well, just share the video, share the stream, copy and paste the link to the radio station, put it on your Facebook, and put it on your WhatsApp, and put it on the other stuff there, the Instagram. You understand? With your prayers and with your bounties. That's your finance now. That's your money. A lot of ones run from that. But you're not doing nothing. You are a part of this great salvation. Ras, you're supposed to put aside something in your budget every week towards the work of Rastafari. Yeah. Again, putting on your whites and going to Sabbath and eating good. That's for you. But there are a lot of children. There are a lot of young ones. Enough little children get vaccine and they want no vaccine. Now, listen, the world needs to be saved. Straight up. Our people, well, listen, if you're not on that, that's you. But the young little ones, you can't make this world crashing on them little ones there, man. I don't even try to get them out. The old fogies, that's one thing. Why you think we do international homeschool classes and almost plead for people to be a part of it? Sometimes I wonder if people love their children, man. Sorry to bring it out like that. Maybe it's because I know what we have to offer on the international homeschool, but you know too. You know too. You listen to me all the time, so you know what we have to offer. You see our standards. Man, enroll your youths in the homeschool Rasta. It's not sell, I sell. You see, when it comes to that product there, man, tears come to my eyes. Because I know, if you just get them on that, man, that's like a boost like you get a boost. That's a boost, especially with the love for the Afrocentricity. Worth more than whatever penny is. You pay for that. Yeah. So we supposed to have a heart to get into the youths. So even you, those of you who are on the homeschool too, you're supposed to be doing your best to make sure other people get on the international homeschool. You know the value of this for your child. You're supposed to do your best. Now me doing it for. It's Rastafari. That's what I'm trying to show you. Me personally, I make it my business to do what you see me do. But as the hymn say, if you cannot do this, if you can't do a tiger's nest, if you can't do a Serengeti, if you cannot do an online lecture, if you cannot do an interview, if you cannot set up a radio station and run the whole station too, and make sure there's programming, fresh programming, new programming, that's something you always there to hear. If you can't do none of that, well, at least support it. You'll be a part of the team. You're doing it. At least share it. There got to be something you can do. Listen to what the hymn say. You can be like faithful Aaron, holding up the prophet's hand. And as I said earlier, I know Baba Shanti just changed the Aaron to Moses, but let me keep the Aaron for a moment to explain what's going on here. We explained that story already. When somebody was talking some backwardness about, oh, I sell in God's word. And I tell him, boy, you have to be careful your tongue don't drop out your mouth in a man. The fact that you proclaiming that is God's word. So what? You honestly believe I have God's word in my mouth? Wow. I'm honored. No, I'm very, very honored for that. And if you allow me to sell God's word, shame on you. Shame on you. You know somebody that's speaking God's word and you not lifting them up? Shame on you. Man, show me who's speaking God's word. Crazy. Some of us mad. The story is when Moses went up to the top of the mountain, Joshua and the Israelites were fighting the Amalekites. And the story says when Moses lifted up his hand with the staff, Joshua would win the battle. But when Moses put down his hand, because the battle was long enough, so Moses get tired. When Moses dropped his hand, they would lose the battle. Or they would, they would go into losing mode. Let's put it that way. So Moses was tired. So Aaron and her, that's another individual, two people. Not her like H-E-R, H-U-R, her. Aaron and her, but you see, that's a mystic too. But you see, I don't even want to say that. Because her is a man, H-U-R, her is a man. And Moses, Aaron, and her is a trinity, three man. Moses, Aaron, and her. But her, obviously, is her. Because there's two sets of trinity as we show you in the heavens, There's the Gemini with Orion, which is a man, a woman, and a child. And on the exact opposite, 180 degrees, astronomically speaking, there's the trinity of Sagittarius, the serpent holder, and Hercules. So these two trinities exist. And I believe, the esoteric of using the name her is also twofold. But you see, I don't want to go too deep into them things because people gonna come and say, oh, he playing with words and this and that. He's always doing these things. I notice a lot of us, we don't appreciate them levels of science. That's deep science. Aaron, Moses, and her. Boy, listen, that's the kind of thing they kill you with in fairy tale holidays and nursery crimes. That's why you need to be in them lectures there so you understand the code and the science. And it's steal them levels from us too. This thing deep, So anyway, Aaron and her lifted up Moses' hands. If Aaron said, hey, look, Moses, give me the staff, let me hold it up. That would not work. That would not work. Because that's how some of us think. We don't respect Moses for who Moses is. God tell Moses, you lift up your hand with the staff. When Moses' hand got tired, her didn't come and say, come Moses, give me the staff. Me hold it up. You sit down. Let me hold it up so we can win the battle. No. The both of them came and held up Moses' hand. It's Moses' hand that needed to be held up. Moses was the one with the power to make sure that the battle was won. You understand? Man, I know this straightforward. There are people that come around. We need somebody to do an interview about Haile Selassie. Yeah, man, me can do it. Me can do it. Me can do what? Before they say, hey, somebody call such and such. Somebody call, straight up, somebody call the priest. Come in and listen, and I'm talking about what I know, you know. I'm talking about exactly what I know. Now, I'm not saying for you to belittle yourself. If you feel you can talk about the king, okay, that's good, you know. But remember, I know who I'm talking about today. But we we need to know each other's position. That's why King Sagaifu always say, man need to respect people for who they are. If you know this man is the priest and he lived to the priesthood. If you know this man is the historian and he lived to that. If this man is the chef and he lived to that, you have to respect the man for who he is. Several times people come to me because of, me. And they want to do interview with me, especially when it comes to cannabis and the legalization of the cannabis and so on. So who you think I call? Take a guess. Who you think I call for them? I say, well, I could do it, but I think the better person to do this is so and so. Who you think? King Frank I. Several occasions I've done that. I mean, if he wasn't there, well, I'd give it a shot. And I know I could do it. But I know he's the better man for that, for sure. So we have to know who is for what. So again, Aaron didn't say, oh, give me the staff, let me hold it up. No, some of you need to stop it. Aaron helped him to lift up his hands. That's what jealousy do, you know. That's what jealousy do. Man see you do something before they come and assist it. Oh, let me try that too. Yeah, that's what jealousy do. Moses getting tired. Okay, Moses, sit down, let me do it. No, Moses is the man to do it. Help him. Help Moses. Help Moses. That's what the hymn is saying, Bobo Shanti. While the souls of men are dying and the master calls for you, let none hear you idly saying, there is nothing I can do. Gladly take the task he gives you. Let his work your pleasure be. Answer quickly when he call it. Here am I, O Lord, send me. So no one should hear you saying there is nothing you can do. Man, you should appreciate the salvation so much that it is your life work to get the gospel out. So you can't speak it. You can't document it and do a nice documentary. You can't do a nice book and magazine and poetry. There's so many ways. Talent. We all were given the talent. We all were given the talent. Yeah, man. We all were given talent. So the vibes is that you step up. And in whatever way you could add, and listen to me, the work is Rastafari work, you know. I use myself as an example for I know what I do. But you got to check yourself and see exactly what it is you can do. What it is you could add to. I mean, there are things in Rastafari I myself see being done. that is not even my lane. And I add to it. You may not know, but I add to it. You understand? So we definitely, family, give thanks. Give thanks. Life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie first. And give thanks for the wonderful hymn here and the words of it. And I do pray and hope that it would find everyone in good vibes as we are going into now the 10th of December celebration, the feast of the commemoration feast of the Passover. And give thanks for that moment, 1993,